awesome. So let's jump into some personal things here. So how did you meet your wife?
So I actually met my wife at work.
Yeah.
We used to work down in Escondido, and I'm sure she'll see the show, so I'll have to throw this out there. I always tell her I hired her, even though. So I was an assistant manager at the time, kind of getting trained. The manager was having me sit in on interviews, so I would ask a question, and she would look at him as the manager, and I kept saying, "No, I'm the one interviewing you." We kind of had this whole little running joke that I was the one that hired her, but it was actually through work.
Yeah.
Of all places, and she'll probably kill me for saying this, but I was everything on her not list. She didn't want to, ever date a coworker. Didn't want someone necessarily that was bald. Didn't want someone that was younger than her. I mean, it was no matter what it's on that list. I checked all the wrong boxes, but we've been married now for 18 years.
Wow.
So it's been fantastic.
So who asked who out first?
Again, I'll say I asked her out first. I will say I asked her out first. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love hearing stories of how people meet one another, especially when it's a life-changing person like your spouse, because that's what life's all about, is stories. And that's what the Red Tie community is all about, is sharing those stories. And it's about the relationships. And so it's always fun to see how people meet their spouse, because there's usually a good story behind it. Like, you hired her, and whatnot. So that's awesome.
And it actually kind of worked itself forward. I mean, we worked together. Everyone says that was really challenging, and there was a point where it was challenging. I mean, I became her manager, and that's not always the healthiest relationship, to be the boss at work and
she's the boss at home. You can say it. You can say it.
Okay, but we had that. But I think that's also given us a very unique perspective on things. She does real estate now with me as well.
Oh, cool.
So we still get an opportunity to work together, but it's kind of just given us a different strength to our relationship, I think, which is fantastic.
Yeah, you guys are an adorable couple, and adorable couples make adorable babies. And so your babies aren't really babies anymore, but so how's fatherhood been? You got two teenagers, so.
Two teenagers, and believe it or not, I mean, I know I still have a baby face, and I'm looking like I'm 25 maybe, or not so much.
Yeah. That's right.
My son is actually currently at school picking up his schedule for his senior year of high school.
That's crazy.
Which just seems crazy to me. My daughter's a sophomore. They say blink and it's gone. And it's like, no way. But it's blink and it's gone.
Yeah.
It really has been. So, they've grown up. They're both athletes. So it's nice to be a part of that. I've coached more on my son. We do soccer, and we've done that for 14, 13 years. I mean, it's been a lot, and that gives us an opportunity to kind of have that special bond. Coached my daughter a little bit when she was younger, and now she's an all-star cheerleader, and dad's not so much a tumbling acrobatic.
I can't see you being thrown from the top. Yeah.
No, not at all. But man, it's been such a blessing. It really has. And parents will get that. Non-parents maybe don't, or it sounds a little cliche kind of a thing. But you sit here and kind of watch. I mean, my son's got his first job, and he's telling me about his day at work and how his shift's going, and our conversations have gone to that. We're talking about what he's getting ready to do after high school, and he's planning on enlisting in the military. He wants to pursue a career in firefighting, and just the other day we were talking how a year from now, he's like, Dad, I could be moved out. I could be somewhere else. And
weird.
It's weird. It is. It's really weird. One of the cool things is Facebook memories.
Yeah.
Facebook memory will pop up, and you'll see something and go, oh man, that was 5 years ago, 8 years ago. We kind of watch and see how quickly everything goes. So my hope for him a senior year is that he gets to enjoy it as much as possible, as regular as possible. And that's a challenge for it, but he's a senior in high school. That alone is just a crazy statement, I think, to say.
Feels like you're just a senior, right?
Yeah.
Mike, I have my oldest is 15, who's going to be a sophomore at TVHS, and it hit me because you think 3 years from now or a year for your son, they're going to be out in the world there, so it's makes you pause for a moment, and
it does, and I think a lot of it's an opportunity for self-evaluation. Have I done my job as a parent? Have I set him up the right way? And I'm trying to have some talks with him even about You know, at one point we weren't sure if it was going to be college or military or university or city college. And I remember saying, you know, for me, I really wanted him to be out on his own. And it wasn't so much that I wanted him out of the house, because I'm going to miss him tremendously, but just to have that life experience of, oh, wait a minute, the internet's not working right now. What happened, you know, or there's no food in the fridge, or my roommate ate. I mean, there's just kind of some of those life experiences, and we've had an opportunity recently to sit down and talk about those. And, you know, all I can do is hope that I've led him down the path enough and shown him enough, but never telling him what to do. Right? What's the old saying? I can only show you the door. You've got to walk through it.
Yep.
Right? I don't know. That's old, but that's from the Matrix. So
well, I'm not nearly as old as you. So
you're not. You're not nearly as old as me. I know. You know, and you know that's the part of parenthood I think that's cool. Right? I mean, I can sit back. There's not a prouder moment than seeing your kids be successful at something they do, seeing them perform something they love, if it's sports, or say when he came home, you know, with his first paycheck and he's grinning ear to ear. You know, those are memories you'll never be able to take away, and that's really what's important, all in all.
He's grinning ear to ear until he looks at his paycheck, sees the taxes taken out.
Prepped him for that, because he started doing the math actually. So he's done refereeing for soccer, which is a great job for a teenager. But it's cash. There's no taxes, and it's good cash. I mean, it's good. So he's like, oh, what am I gonna make at the job? I'm like, he's got his calculator out on his phone, not calculator, phone. And I'm like, it's not going to be that. You're going to lose some money to taxes. And so we kind of had that prep talk, because I didn't want him to be that, who's FICA? I don't, what's all this? But yeah, it's pretty funny.